Hi, my name is Krishan, and in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the basics of 3D printing and walk you through the full process of how a digital design can become a real physical object. Even if you've never used a 3D printer before, this video will explain the main steps in a simple, beginner-friendly way. Throughout this course, I've worked with 3D printers to create several different objects that have helped me understand how the whole process works from start to finish. 3D printing is a really exciting technology because almost anything you can imagine on a computer can be turned into something you can actually hold. In this video, I'll explain what 3D printing is, the types of 3D printing that exist, and then I'll walk you through the 8-step process for creating a print using regular desktop 3D printers. 3D printing, also called additive manufacturing, is a technology that creates objects by building them up one thin layer at a time. Instead of cutting away material like you would with woodworking or sculpting, 3D printing adds material only where it's needed. There are several types of 3D printing. SLA printing. SLA printing uses liquid resin hardened with a laser. SLS printing. SLS printing uses powdered material that gets fused together using lasers. There are also metal 3D printers used in industries like aerospace and medicine, but the type used most commonly in schools, makerspaces, and a home is FDM printing, which stands for Fused Deposition Modeling. FDM printers use a spool of filament, a kind of plastic string, and when you melt it at high temperature, it gets drawn out layer by layer. This is the kind of printing we will be focusing on in this video. With regular 3D printing, you can make toys, tools, prototypes, mechanical parts, decorations, containers, and so much more. Some examples I printed during this course include a chain-link T-Rex toy, a wind-up car, and a hinged box. But these are just a few examples of what this technology can create. The process. The 3D printing process can be simplified into 8 main parts. Perfect for beginners. Step 1. The first step is getting a digital 3D model. You can either design your own using software like Tinkercad or Fusion 360, or download a ready-made design online. Step 2. Next, the model needs to be exported as an STL file. This file format describes the surface shape of the model so the printer can understand it. Step 3. Then, the STL file is opened in a slicing software. The slicer cuts the object into thin layers and generates the instructions that the printer follows. Here you choose things like the layer height, infill, supports, and other printer settings. Step 4. After slicing, it's time to prepare the printer. This includes loading filament, preheating the nozzle and bed, leveling the surface, and adjusting temperature and speeds. If you just set up your printer for the first time, you may want to run a test print to make sure everything's working smoothly. Step 5. Once everything is ready, you start the print. The printer melts the filament and builds the object layer by layer. Depending on the size and detail, printing can take minutes or several hours. Step 6. When the print is finished, you carefully remove it from the print bed so it doesn't crack or warp. Step 7. After removal, you do post-processing. This can include removing supports, trimming extra plastic, sanding rough areas, or loosening moving parts like hinges and joints. Step 8. The final step is using or testing the print. You check how it moves, fits, or functions, and make sure it works for the purpose you intended. 3D printing is a powerful and creative way to turn digital ideas into real-world objects. Learning each step, from design to slicing to printing and testing, showed me how accessible this technology really is.